what's the cause of like a lot of this outrage, and it's we're too rich and we're too bored.
It's the whole me comfortable. How am I feeling today? You know, it's like when I go to fucking work and I sit at the computer, it's like, how do I want my armrest to be, you know?
I'll tell you right now, I don't have the bankroll to buy a new chair for you. Not yet. Not yet. I really should, because I was going to get a tripod for like a camera.
Like the best chairs cost less than that fucking microphone.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's the reason those companies use those. I mean, people call them crappy chairs because they're uncomfortable to them. But I'm like, you're sitting in that chair for 8 hours. How many times do you really want to get up out of them? Because they work. You know?
Yeah.
They're sturdy. They're efficient. They're not uncomfortable.
You're talking about the chairs at your work.
Yeah,
not
at my work. Like your nice leather chair there is like, I'm like, that'd be fine for me, but the padding in it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
So like the chair that I bought, I'm like, the padding's dying down a bit. And I'm just like, man, if I just bought like a $60 chair instead of the $120 chair, it'd be just fine.
Well, like I was thinking about doing some upgrades because I want to get a new chair for you, and I also want to get like a tripod, so that way we could start casting it to Twitch at the same time.
Ah, yeah. Everyone does that. All the cool kids do that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, for some fucking reason, there's like, it's one of the most watched things on Twitch is like, it's fucking Fork Knife, League of Legends, ASMR, and then like people that are just talking.
Yeah. Well,
so I'm like, all right, well, I guess we can get into the fucking podcast, ASMR bandwagon.
I don't know. Fucking Matt from Super Best Friends did what I would think I would want to do, where he fucking has like the little animated skull, like the cartoon skulls, and then the mouth flaps whenever that person is talking.
Okay.
I'm like, I like that shit.
All right, we can do something like that. Yeah. What I was saying was, as far as like healthcare,
yeah,
I tried to get like dental coverage just mid-year.
Oh.
Not this year. Oh, it was either this year or last year. I tried to get dental coverage.
Yeah,
and it's because I need an extraction, right? Because
yeah.
one of the teeth in the back of my mouth is broken.
Yeah,
and I need an extraction. And I went to the dentist, and they were like, "Yeah, this one needs to be extracted, and we need some fillings." And then they looked at my insurance that I had.
Yeah.
And it was the inverse. They're like, we've never seen insurance like this before, because they're only opting to cover 20% of the procedure, and you need to come out of pocket 80%.
Wow.
And then I looked at my insurance, and I didn't realize that was what they were offering. I thought it was the other way, where it's like I have to pay 20% of the procedure, right? And they're like, I get on the phone with the people that are selling me the dental insurance, and they're like, oh yeah, normally you can't do extractions or procedures or any of that shit for like a year, and then we'll not like inverse it, but we'll cut it in half 50-50. I'm like,
wow.
The people at the dentist office just told me they've never seen insurance coverage to where it was like the guy has to pay out of pocket more than like 30% of the bill.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fact that you're telling me I get 50-50 tells me this is still bad.
Fucking Christ. See, I'm glad I'm on the big government funded company policy where it's just like, oh no, you have to do yearly enrollments. But I'm like, it's active from the word go, because no, I've heard issues of people having that where it's like the individual systems where people pick the piecemeal kind of things, and then people can't go get dental work done, or they can only go for checkups for the first year of having the regular medical insurance or shit like that. I don't hear any problems with vision, but I guess I probably can't get LASIK,
Yeah, I think they'll cover your glasses, and I think you should get a new pair anyways.
Oh yeah.
So like, we'll go hit up my brother.
Please, I pay $5 a month for this vision plan. It's good.
Yeah, but you still need to update your prescription every year.
I have no complaints. I'm just saying I'm lazy. I'm just glad that I have it there
something
if I ever need it. Yeah.
So anyways, welcome back to the medical insurance open enrollment.
There we go. No, welcome to the Adult Problems podcast, where we talk about mature subjects.
Yeah.
Only.
So this is the Scumbag and Friends show. With me always is my buddy Max.
Hey, me.
And me, Tim. So, what do you got on the table, Max?
On the table? I got a phone. I got
who's
my
the
arm.
who's the scumbag of the week?
Oh, scumbag of the week. I'm gonna start with me. You know, I want to apologize.
Because you're old.
Well, yeah, that too. Because I'm old. I'm sorry, world. I lived past my usefulness. Now I'm just gonna be taking up all your tax money.
So what? Why are you the scumbag?
I'm the scumbag because I'm a very, very poor sport. I want to apologize to my friend Deanie, who took time out of his busy day to download a goddamn game to play with me, and then I proceeded to just flame my team into AFK. And then he got pissed off in like the third match, and he quit the game forever.
Oh wow!
And
what was the game?
Paladins.
Oh, okay. So it was like generic Overwatch that I was watching, right?
Yeah, it's the Overwatch clone for poor people.
Okay.
Because it's free to play instead of $60 to play.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, he downloaded the game, and it's my day off, and I'm like, I don't really like playing Paladins in the early morning because it suffers from the same problem that other multiplayer games suffer from. It's 7 o'clock in the morning West Coast time, so all the kids are in school. It's Tuesday now?
Yeah.
So yeah, imagine that. Try play League of Legends at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so you'll only play with other neckbeards?
Yeah, you'll only play with other neckbeards or kids that are playing sick from school or something like that. So we had a team of shitters every game, and like I wouldn't AFK first, but I would definitely AFK second.
You were like, you weren't brave enough to like be the first one to take the sub off the party platter, but once the first one was gone, it was
fair game.
It was all on.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them all, and I'm gonna call everyone a shitter too.
Oh, that sucks. Who is this, Deanie?
Yeah, this is Tryhard Deanie.
Oh, sorry, Tryhard Deanie.
Yeah.
Sorry,
buddy.
he's one of the worst magicians I've ever seen too.
He really is.
He tries hard, but he's just no Houdini. He's just Try Deanie.
Just Try Deanie.
Oh man.
But other than that, the real scumbag of the week has to go to Blizzard Entertainment.
Oh yeah, because as we record this, BlizzCon was last weekend.
Something like that.
What's the news? I didn't watch it. Like, I don't know how to watch.
So news upon news actually from them. Like, a lot of people get angry at a lot of things. Like always, it's the internet, it's life. So one of the bigger ones, or it's a lesser degree to normal people, but a big hubbub because they showed the cinematic for the new Overwatch character that they're releasing, whose name is Ashe, and she's the cowgirl, who's the counterpart to the McCree that they already have in the game, who's the cowboy. And oh my god, everyone gets in a tizzy, and you know why?
Why?
Because she's not black, or disabled, or handicapped,
or
fat,
ugly,
or ugly. Everyone like the initial thoughts were from actual fans were like, hey, cool, we're getting a cow chick, she gets to shoot things cool. I'm down with that. Hey, she's pretty cute. I like League of Legends because she looks like a League of Legends character. Fucking
everything's so refined. Like when you showed me that and you said that, it made sense to me because it's like some of the dudes look scruffy as fuck, and and then she's out there, killing it.
Oh yeah, she's freaking makeup on. She's a K-pop idol coming into this Western movie of fucking Clint Eastwood and all them. But yeah, so everyone in the fan base is generally happy with that. But man, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, they just go on a tirade. Why isn't this character black? How come? And everyone that plays the game doesn't really shout it back. But okay, I don't play the game, but I know Anna and Farah are both Egyptian. And I don't know about you, but last I checked, I was in Africa. So how black do you need to be?
Yeah, that counts as African to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems so weird. It's like, why does every character have to represent like your ethnicity and your sexual proclivities and stuff? It's like everybody wants the Skyrim interface of like, I want to design my own character so that way I could be the most unicorn I could ever be, right?
Yeah.
Until like if it was, say, Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Because they said that, you have the ability to be anything you want in the game, movie, book thing, Ready Player One, right? In their virtual world. And I'm just like, as soon as you say that, everybody's going to be like some sort of cat girl anime made waifu.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's just going to be their waifu.
They're going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're going to be something outlandish.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be the extremes of it, though.
Oh, yeah, because I'm going to switch between, like, my waifu with like the pigtails and the no legs, but she runs real fast. And fucking Duke Nukem, because like all I'm gonna do is throw kicks and just be swole as fuck throwing kicks everywhere.
Oh yeah, chomping on cigars and whatnot.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo meets fucking shooting.
Hell yeah,
that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be fucking throwing kicks.
Oh yeah. So but yeah, so
so Ash, I don't really think that makes Blizzard all that bad as far as scumbaggery, though.
Oh no, that's like they're scumbags in the eyes of the SJWs and Tumblr.
Everybody's a scumbag. If you really dug down to the heart of Tumblr, I feel like their answer for all the problems is just execute all the men.
Yeah, execute everyone that's not me specifically.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I could, if I had all the power in the world, I could change everything and make it all for the better and blah blah blah. I'm like, do you really think that life has the problem or you have the problem? Because it's hard to change the entire fucking world, and it's easier to change you around the problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, if there was just think of it in terms of like, I'm trying to go to work, but they're doing road construction on the one road that I always use to go to work. Your options are file a grievance and write your congressman and do all kinds of shit and build a bridge over the road construction so you can go the same way, or you could just take a different route to work.
No. See, they're thinking smart. They're starting small. Change Overwatch first, and then you can change the world.
Oh, okay.
This is a necessary step.
Oh, yeah, because everybody in the world plays Overwatch.
No.
I'm going to call my grandma in the Philippines, see if she plays Overwatch.
It's dumb.
I bet if I called her, she'd be like, yeah, Hanzo, man. What are you thinking?
For sure. Fucking noob.
Yeah.
Stop playing Widowmaker.
Fuck.
Yeah. But no, so Blizzard gets the scumbag because they've become too big for their own good.
Okay.
They've become too big for their own fan base because a lot of people love a lot of their older IPs, and they came out with cool stuff like Warcraft 3 is getting remastered. So, I mean, some people don't like the updated graphics. It doesn't look as cartoony as the old one. So it's like it's fine. It's like going from StarCraft 1 to 2. Some visual changes are going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's cool. WoW had its updates, and hopefully it doesn't suck anymore, but probably still will.
Are you kidding me? I'm running on a platform of WoW still sucks 2020.
Hell yeah. It's a good platform. It's a solid one. They've been fucking it pretty hard so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, and one of their oldest IPs, Diablo, they were making big teases about, oh man, there's something big coming from Diablo. You guys, just you wait, because Diablo 3 has been out for a few years now. I don't play it.
Oh,
I don't know off the top
I remember
of my head.
Anthony was playing it, like 2014 or 15 or some shit like
Yeah,
that. And then
so about
the
4 or
auction
5
house
years.
was big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody cashed out in the auction house. Like, you're going to have your handful of people that are like, oh, I invested actual money and got ripped off in the auction house, or I made a lot of actual money from the auction house, and then they fucking changed all of that.
Yeah, then they got rid of the auction house because they're like, whoa. This is, I don't know what their reason for I don't know what their reason for adding it. I don't know what their reason for taking it away was.
Well, like, I know that it's kind of like Wizards and Magic the Gathering, because like I'm really invested in that. It's like,
oh yeah,
we don't like that there's a secondhand market going around and we're not getting a cut of that.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you should be happy that people are still playing your fucking game. Like, they invested the money into it, and they still have to pay for a sub, right? They have to pay for a sub to play?
For Diablo, no.
No?
But it's a full-priced game.
Oh, okay. But, like, I know WoW you have to sub.
Oh, yeah. WoW is a sub.
A monthly sub that you have to pay for.
$15.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
hey,
my
man,
God.
I paid that sub. I enjoyed my time,
Oh, yeah. It's $180 a year.
I
wish they probably don't sell it to you that way, do they?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, later on they give you those package deals, but I digress. So Diablo 3 came out, and it was kind of a lukewarm thing. Like, the art style changed a lot. It was really cartoony, flashy. They lost a lot of the depth of character building, because before you had talent trees where you could pick different spells for those characters. Like, oh, I'm a sorceress, but I have a tree for lightning, or I have a tree for ice and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so you get to pick, whatever the hell spells you want to use, because you have a limited space on your skill bar. And Diablo 3 was like, you get 10 spells over the course of leveling up, So enjoy those, I hope. If we got something you don't like, I guess you're fucked,
Yeah.
So it was lukewarm, and then they were teasing for this BlizzCon something big with Diablo, and everyone's like, oh, it's been 4 or 5 years now. Is it Diablo 4? Is it a huge update? Are they going to re-release Diablo 2? Because people love Diablo 2.
Yeah.
So all the fans were really expecting something
everybody,
big.
I remember, like, when 3 came out, everybody remembered 2, because, like, 2 was, that was in middle school, high school. Like, that shit was around for, I think, a decade or something.
Yeah. Blizzard is a bit slow in rolling out big stuff.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's going to be a point where it's like, oh, this, like, MVC 2 to 3 was like a big gap, and then 3 to Infinite was not so big. And look at the backlash on that. And I feel like that's what happened here.
That's
right?
exactly what happened here. So for the big Diablo reveal, which happened at the end of BlizzCon, so after everybody else gets their huge, laugh tracks and clapping, and everyone had a party because Overwatch got a new character, and Hearthstone has its new expansion coming out, and fucking Overwatch had its new character. I don't know. I mean,
I think that was all I saw. And
Blizzard
then Warcraft 3 gets graphics update.
Blizzard has like 4 IPs, so it's like how they got their own con that you have to pay $200 to go to. By the way,
it's StarCraft, Diablo, Warcraft. Overwatch. And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Fuck, I wish Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Please bring it back. But so at the end of all the reveals for all the other IPs, they say something big from Diablo, something big from Diablo. And all the old fan base was like, oh man, I loved playing Diablo 2 on my PC when I was a kid. Oh man, I grew up with Diablo 3 because I'm a fucking millennial kid and I'm sucking my own thumb.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they come out and they're like, man, you know what you're gonna love? Diablo on your phone.
So that was the big reveal, and I remember seeing people get pissed off at this. So why do you think people are getting pissed off at this?
Why do you think people would get pissed off at this? Like, take your favorite franchise, take your favorite hobby, and then just downscale it, and that's the next big reveal for you. It's like, oh man, I love the Marvel movies. They're fantastic. I can't wait to see the new Iron Man. They keep hinting at a new Iron Man. Oh, let me go check out what the trailer's going to be. Oh, it's a Netflix show.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have Robert Downey Jr.
And it doesn't have Robert Downey Jr. And it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
And okay. Because that made me think like do you remember there was a time where Yu-Gi-Oh? Okay.
Okay, we're digging somewhere. We're going somewhere, folks.
All right, so strap in and strap on, because we're welcome back to the Strap On Dildo podcast.
No, to the Duelist Kingdom podcast.
Okay, there we go. That one. It's gay shit either way. So there was a time where Yu-Gi-Oh went from like card game to dungeon dice monster. You remember this?
Yes, I remember these episodes.
That's exactly what it is. It's like it would be one of those things like if you told me Magic was coming out with a new expansion, and then it's new expansion, and here's like what the new planeswalkers or here's what the new creatures would look like, and then it's it's also a dice roller.
There you go.
It's not. There's no cards. There's just dice, and it's.
No, you know what it is? It's fucking, oh man, we're taking Magic the Gathering in a crazy new area. Pogs.
Thanks, Millhouse. I'm glad they came back.
Collect them all,
Oh, fuck.
So Blizzard announced a goddamn phone game as their biggest reveal for one of the most beloved franchises, and the crowd hated it. Everyone, they weren't directly booing at the start. They were dead silent.
It was it's one of those things that it's like, did I just watch what I think I did? It's one of those should I boo now? I need to process what I just saw,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a movie so bad that it was just like Suicide Squad?
Oh, God.
Where you're just like, I don't know if I should throw shit at the screen. Let me process what I just saw.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to jump off on a Jag right there. Thank you very much, and welcome back to the Jag Show. It's all Jags all day, all the time. So PUBG is having a tie-in with DC Suicide Squad.
Oh, good.
So you can play as your favorite Suicide Squad members, Harley Quinn and the Joker, because he was in the Suicide Squad.
But not Deadshot?
No, just Harley Quinn and Joker.
Oh, man.
And I'm just like, man, it's a fucking half-baked idea from a half-baked studio tying in with a half-baked game.
Okay, so first off, it's, hey, I want to tie my business to a ship. Should I pick the worst fucking franchise DC has to offer? Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, you could have grabbed Batman. Fucking people still love Batman.
Batman's still in that movie.
Hell yeah. Fucking no, we picked Harley Quinn and Joker. Fucking, you know who else is having a really big tie-in? Fortnite.
Oh, God.
You know who they're tying in with?
Who?
I know it's gonna make some people cringe. The fucking NFL.
Oh boy.
Yeah. They're letting people fucking create their own custom jerseys for their characters in game, and they get the full football outfit, and they get football dances like the end zone dances, and I'm like, fucking good for them. You know, I don't play it, knocking it out of the park though.
I mean, at least
comparison,
this is one of those things that, like, okay, so if you imagine like a guy that, you know, imagine old scraggly dude running Fortnite,
yeah,
and it's like, what do kids like right now? Football. All right, let's make a football tie-in.
No, you know what it is? It's fucking the old scraggly dude that's sitting up in the NFL head office saying, "What do kids like right now? Fortnite. Fuck, we need a Fortnite tie-in."
Yeah,
viewership is bad.
Yeah, because kids have money to spend on football.
There you go. Hey,
no, they don't.
Doesn't matter.
They don't have the money to spend, but they got their mom's credit card, and she does.
Exactly. All they need is eyes on.
Oh,
anyway,
fuck.
Back to fucking Blizzard. At this Diablo showing, fucking the crowd was dead silent, and you got to see 3 guys standing up trying to hype up a crowd for a goddamn phone game.
And then the response was the best, because like his answer was super tone deaf to like, why are we porting it to only phone?
Yeah.
And his answer was, what? Like, you don't have a phone?
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
Yeah,
and I mean,
you know?
like, that made sense to me, because it's like, well, okay, everybody has a fucking phone nowadays, and I guess it would be cool because like I could put it on my tablet.
Maybe.
You
know,
like, I guess
it's not coming to PC, so there's that. That's out the window. So you're trying to sell a mobile game to a fan base that is 99.9% PC, and yeah, sure, they have a phone, but they also like the more in-depth game systems that are allowed by having it on PC.
Yeah,
rather than poke at the fucking screen and, oh, look at me, I'm getting my score up, you know?
Yeah, I like waking up super early to get my like graphics card out from like, you know, on Newegg or whatever, and spend a couple $100 on it or whatever.
Oh yeah.
If you even get like a brand new graphics card, I feel like everything's repackaged now because of like miners, but like that's aside from the point. Like, so you spent like you know, $3,000 to upgrade your PC, like, because you wanted all the latest and greatest everything, right?
Oh yeah.
New monitors, new graphics card, new fucking motherboard, all of this shit. And then, all right, there's a big announcement from Blizzard, and I wanted to make sure I had everything ready. Not like I'm going to be able to play it right now, but I have it out of the way.
Yeah.
So when the game comes out, I can just download it and just be ready when it goes.
Oh shit, they said it's going to be Diablo. Fuck, I want this to be the best, because Diablo 3 was okay, but if this is 4, this has to be great. You know, Blizzard doesn't keep fucking up. You know, Blizzard fixes their mistakes.
Oh yeah, and then wah wah.
And then wah wah, it's a fucking phone game.
Yeah.
And like, it's just a tone deaf thing. One of the old developers for Diablo, and who went on to start his own company and created a game called, I think he made Firefall, and he spent like $1 million on a tour bus for his game. He made a lot of bad decisions.
Whoa.
So his statements were that Blizzard is fucking out of touch with the consumer. You know, Blizzard is now making mistakes. They're trying to sell a fucking phone product to a 99% PC crowd. And they have phones, sure, but it's like trying to sell fucking an Xbox to a Sony PlayStation crowd.
So real quick, like, what do you think would be a better remedy for this? Do you think it would have been easier to make both platforms, like a game that'll fit on both phone and PC? Or do you think it's like make it just for PC? Because I understand their logic of like, well, we can grow our base if we put it on mobile.
Yeah.
You know, because like more people started playing Hearthstone as soon as it became mobile and not just PC.
Oh, yeah. So,
and I guess I could follow that logic. So that's why I'm like, what do you think would have been the better answer? Something that like they could do like that, where I'm sure it would be so hard to cross-platform.
Well, I mean, since it's originally made for phone, it's like, oh, you could just port it over to PC real quick. Yeah. But this kind of thing has been done before. So Fallout Shelter was announced at, I believe it was E3, a few years back, and they said, hey, Fallout Shelter, and you can download it today, and it's a fucking Fallout phone game. And you know what? People weren't mad. You know why?
Because it was on both?
No. Because right after they said, hey, you can play Fallout Shelter today, they said, you can do that while you wait for Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah.
So what they did was they gave you, okay, here's a crappy phone game. You may or may not be interested. We understand our player base, may not be all for it. You get a taste of, the Fallout franchise. You have that type of the humor and the writing and whatnot. I mean, there wasn't any in that specific game, but it's like it's a taste of that flavor you enjoy while you wait for the big game that's coming out. You know?
The amuse-bouche, if you will.
Yeah.
The fucking appetizer to the entree.
You get to wet the palate a little and say, I still love Fallout in this case because Fallout 4 is coming. Oh, I can just tap on my phone and have some stupid little fun. It's fine, And then Bethesda last year, I believe it was, said, we're giving you a brand new Elder Scrolls experience. And that's a very storied franchise as well.
Yeah.
And they said, we're giving you Elder Scrolls ? On the phone.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, why? This is kind of dumb. And you see it, and it's an in-house made game. It's really original. Like, I personally haven't seen a game that plays like it. It's like a first-person hack and slash, like you're crawling through the dungeon and you
on the phone.
Yeah, and like
that's kind of cool.
You're poking the screen to swing your sword to hit the enemies, and it's like it's cool. It's a little fun phone game, and everyone's kind of like, why are you giving us an Elder Scrolls on the phone? We don't really care. And then they're like, Elder Scrolls 6 is coming, and they give you a nice cinematic little trailer. Like it wasn't a full trailer because the game is like 2 or 3 years still out, but it's like it's the big intro sequence, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's fucking 6! It's being made. The engine's running. They got the music going. Fucking what you do? Like you can give your crowd a fucking mobile phone." For a PC fan base, they don't really care. Some people will get it, some people won't.
Yeah, but they can wait.
Yeah, but if you're telling them this is your appetizer, if Blizzard came out and said, hey, here's Diablo on the phone, you can have fun smashing around with your sorcerers and whatnot while you wait for Diablo 4, and then just give us a splash screen, because that's what these other companies did. They just gave like a little
splash screen and no maybe some music, but no gameplay.
But to tell you, it's in development. It's going to be a little while. This thing is going to hold you over till then, maybe.
Oh, okay. I don't disagree with that method. I think that is a better way to keep the fan base you already have while trying to expand it. Because if you make a decent, it doesn't even have to be like a 10 out of 10 mobile game. Even if you made like a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, if somebody's playing it on the subway and is like, oh, you should get this, it's free to play, blah blah blah, it's not too bad for a mobile, and you're spending some time commuting, so you might as well do something with it, right?
Yeah.
So,
but it's like going to Comic-Con, like I said before. It's looking for that big movie trailer, and Marvel Comics comes out and says they have the big old freaking 2-hour showing, and everyone talks to the actors, and they talk to the developers, and they talk to the directors, and everyone's having a good time. And they're like, oh, we have something to show you, and they show you a Netflix show, and that's it. Oh, we don't have any, and also, we don't have any future plans for any more movies. We're banking on this Netflix show.
Yeah.
Thank you and good night.
Yeah. Thank you and good night. That was the finale. No encore.
That was it. It's like, oh, you guys don't have Netflix? The fuck out of here.
This reminds me of Magic a few years ago for Modern Masters 2017.
Yeah.
Because I'm bringing this up because Magic, I love Magic still. And they're coming out with the Ultimate Masters Edition set.
Oh, cool.
Right? So the price on the packs are 3 times as much. They're almost $15 a pack.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell?
Yeah, and the box itself is $338 MSRP. But the answer that they gave when asked originally, back in 2015, was hey, so what about the players that are college kids or kids themselves, because this game is marketed towards kids? Hey, what do you recommend they do? They can't really afford to buy these packs. And it's well, this isn't for them then. That was the answer, was and I got to hand it to you, because it's I get it. It's a little tone deaf, but the answer's still right. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't be like that with Ferrari. You can't go to Ferrari and be like, hey, what do? I can only afford like a $30,000 car. Can I get one of yours? You know, it's like, no, we only make Ferraris, and they're only, you know, base $300,000. So
that's true. That's true when you know what you're getting into. You know, when you're looking at Ferraris, you're like, I know my entry level is 500K plus. Yeah, you know, from the start. But you know what you're getting into when you're looking at Magic the Gathering. For me, that's a bit astonishing that you would think that would be right. I'm like, okay, the Ultimate Masters thing, it's a very niche crowd.
Well, yeah, because it's all reprints of like older stuff, and the value per like, this is one of the first times they spoiled all the mythics already. Oh, good. And all but like one or two of them are about 13 or more dollars in Modern or Legacy.
Yeah, they're high value.
Yeah, they're already high value. Like some of the cards that are being reprinted, like Liliana of the Veil is one of them. She's about $89.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So like you roll the dice on, I can spend $15 and make, I'm bad at math. $74.
But you can make profit off this if you're lucky. Well, but that's the thing too. It's like they've already come out and said that this is a niche product. Like it in and of itself is a niche product. If Magic the Gathering came out and said that the next set being released is this thing, and if you can't afford it, too bad. You know, if that is the next rotation coming in for everybody,
that's not good.
So this is essentially them saying this is the next rotation of Diablo. Enjoy, you know?
And like there's no backing out of this now. It's like, all right, well, you already put it out there, and you also said too bad it's not going to PC.
Yeah, and it's kind of like an alternate. It's very similar in that the company seems very tone deaf. But like Magic the Gathering is going to print another rotation of normal cards at normal price. You're going to get they are going to get their Magic the Gathering 4, and the people that want the niche product to get the niche product.
Yeah, and I think the best way, you're right, would have been like still work on Diablo 4, but make the phone game still also.
Oh yeah, like
you're still gonna get a lot of crossover from the PC player to the mobile player, because it's like they might like the story and the world and all of that shit.
Yeah.
And they'll take it in any form they can fucking get it. You know, it's like it's the drunk bitch you met at the high school party, but they weren't old enough to buy the booze, so they did the thing with the soaking the tampon in the vodka, and then they stuck it up their ass. It's like Jesus. That. It's like they'll take it in any form they can get it.
Yeah,
because then it doesn't matter if you're getting cheap vodka or not; it's going in your ass.
I mean, it's a very good metaphor, that one, because everyone's just taking it in the ass in the end.
Yeah.
Fucking Blizzard took it in the ass. They lost $4.7 billion worth of value in stocks.
With a B.
That's B.
That's like 4 of those guys that won the lottery not too long ago.
Fucking Christ. And yeah, they're a big company. It's just in stock value. It'll come back if they don't do anything to fuck themselves over, you know? If they shut up and just keep running with it, then yeah, this will be a temporary loss. If they try and double down and do damage control on it, from the way they handled it then, I doubt they'd be able to dig themselves out.
Yeah.
But big scumbags, they don't understand their player base anymore. They're trying to... It really seemed like something to exclaim to investors, you know? It's not something that you show at BlizzCon. It's something you show in a boardroom, you know, because the numbers for mobile games are huge. Like the biggest moneymakers in the world in the gaming industry, mobile games, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's so easy that you can link your fucking Google or Apple Pay right to your phone and then just keep microtransactioning. Because
I'm afraid of that. What could you microtransaction in Diablo? Drops? Oh boy. I'm glad you've just ruined my game, because I just buy the drops now, or probably like boosters.
That's rough. Like,
especially like a system like that is real predatory.
I think because if it's like, okay, you get random drops from killing certain enemies, and certain enemies yield a higher roll for your drops, or you could just, like you said, like buy essentially booster packs of random drops.
I mean, that's an idea.
That's fucking rough, dude.
It'll be like, oh, fucking.
So you're not going to sell it to China because you can't sell booster packs to China.
Well, that's the thing. Like it's a Chinese company making this thing, and that's really who they should be telling this to, China, because they want the Chinese market because they bring in all the money.
Yeah.
There's a billion people that want to eat anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They are hungry.
Okay, so can we get fucking Geraldo Rivera back out there into China to see if they're doing the sweatshop thing with Blizzard?
Oh, fucking they're doing the sweatshop thing with everything. I'm playing Azure Lane. That's a China-made game. It's a China-made game that's technically a ripoff of a Japanese-made game, but the China-made game has now overshadowed the Japanese-made game. And fuck you, I love my waifu boats.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay, so I had this thought earlier today, right? I'm listening to a lot of other podcasts, and it made me think because the answer that was given was very right. It's what do you think is causing a lot of the outrage? Because as we record this is election day.
Oh yeah, that
right?
thing.
It's fucking. If you didn't hashtag get out the vote, build a time machine and get out the vote, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what? Puff Daddy was slacking this year.
Yeah, but they were asking what's the cause of like a lot of this outrage, and it's we're too rich and we're too bored. And I couldn't agree more, right? And do you know what my example for this is? Because I always have an example for fucking everything, right?
All right, I hope it's good, Dylan.
Okay, so my example for this is in today's day and age, yeah, we're too rich and we're too bored. Because if you think about things like brunch, I know it seems innocuous, but think about brunch.
I'm thinking.
Right? So do you know what brunch means in 2018 versus what it meant back in the 90s? Okay?
More fruit?
So brunch in today's day and age means, oh, I'm going to go get my salmon eggs Benedict with my fucking bottomless mimosas and pay $40 for it and be happy as shit, right?
Wow.
Okay. Do you know what brunch meant back in the 90s?
Fruit.
It meant going to the McDonald's and fighting with the kid behind the fucking register, like, hey, it's $10.25. I want my hotcakes and sausage, and I only want to pay $6 for it.
Yeah.
That's what it meant back in the day, right? Like, no, I didn't miss the cutoff. You guys don't stop serving breakfast yet. And it's, sorry, sir, we turned off the eggs.
It's that scene from fucking Big Daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Where everyone's just flipping out.
Yeah, so that's the truth, though, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
we have too many fucking things now. Like, and I can't fucking take it with however many assholes out there in the world that tell me I need to watch whatever fucking show. Oh, you got to watch Game of Thrones. You got to watch fucking House of Cards. Oh, you're not watching the new Walking Dead. Oh, you didn't watch Better Call Saul. Blah blah blah. It's like I understand there's an infinite amount of fucking things I gotta watch, but do you think I have infinite amounts of time to invest in all of this? Like, I don't understand where the fuck we got off the rails with that. But yeah, TV used to be something different too back in the day. Remember? It was like, oh, if you weren't home on Friday night to watch fucking TGIF to see the new episode of Urkel, you missed it. There's no going back. You missed it.
It's true. There was a lot less reruns.
It used to be a very important thing that, like, hey, I have to show up for this. Like, this is only going to happen right now.
And that's because like TV's changing. Oh man, TV's changing with the times too.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole we don't have enough time. We have a lot of on-demand stuff, so TV's dying off. You know, we're getting a lot of. There was this little in-between point where everything became reruns because TV was just coasting along, feeling happy about itself. We don't need to advent anything else. We just run the old shows. We got TMC, play the classic movies. We got fucking History Channel. We're just gonna talk about literally what happened. You know?
Oh man, yeah, I missed the History Channel when it was like Hitler's secret weapon and his secret army. And
but then you look at it
whoa.
now, and that is. I feel like the History Channel was one of the first channels to catch on that times are a-changing, and we need to change too, because they just went straight for the fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, they went for, hi, I'm Rick, and this is fucking my pawn shop, and I run it with my dad, and blah, blah, blah. And it's, all right, well, he originally wanted $500 for the antique rifle, but it's only worth $300. All right, how about $150? How about $500? How about $175? How about 500? And it's fuck you.
Or it's fucking aliens, or it's fucking Jesus was here and all this shit. But no, they went to not truly sensationalist stuff, but this reality show crap that they were ahead of the curve, honestly, because every other goddamn channel started doing it. Fucking Cartoon Network dropped a bunch of cartoon shows to get more reality TV. Fucking Nickelodeon. Oh man, that fucking, you want to see a decline of a channel? Fucking go look up like there's a bunch of people. There's a guy that I watched recently. I don't fucking remember his name, but he did like a decline of the Nickelodeon and how they were bought out by Viacom in the early 90s, and Viacom was really hands off, and that's when we went from like the 90s to like 98, and then somewhere along the way SpongeBob hit, and now it's the SpongeBob channel, and fucking
was this when they stopped giving out Space Camp as like a fucking reward?
Oh yeah,
like that used to be the prize on Nickelodeon, was like, oh, we got fucking Double Dare and Legends of the Hidden Temple, and what's the grand prize? Space Camp.
Fucking Nick Arcade and shit like that.
Yeah, Space Camp.
They don't have to try when they got fucking SpongeBob, because SpongeBob pulls them in.
Oh yeah.
But eventually it dies, and then TV starts dying as a whole because of the on-demand shit. And now everyone just, why would I watch TV when I could do that? Fucking, that's the decline of that right there. Fucking everyone just picks what they want, when they want, how they want it, and fuck everything else. I don't know how, like, okay, Netflix has a subscription. I don't know how that survives when everyone's just muling off their grandmother's subscription,
Yeah, exactly, because I don't understand how, I think there's only like 4 Netflix accounts in the world. So
I know, right?
Like, I don't understand how they're still around, but okay.
But it's this weird advent of people want everything. It's the instant gratification thing. We've always had it as human nature, It's really hard part of our lives, or at least it was for mine. Like growing up, you have to learn that instant gratification isn't always what you should be striving for,
Yeah, this is the whole reason why, like, yeah, I understand that how cool the idea of like 3D goggles and having sex with your waifu would be, and like the robo brothels and shit, like I understand like that was what you thought would be great, but then when you really get it, are you going to be happy with it, because you didn't really get anywhere?
Yeah.
And I'm not one to ever want to say like, oh, I dive into that shit, and I'm not trying to like.
I'd dive into that.
I guess it would be fine for a weekend, but I mean, really, it's not fulfilling.
It's this preying on the addictive nature of man as it is. It's like you said, is because we're too fucking rich right now. We're too fucking rich and we're too fucking bored because this is an option to us, There's no fucking... anyone else go out there in the world and try and find a girlfriend? Because it's fucking impossible.
I think, like, because
there's so much work involved.
The stats used to be like back in 2014 even. Well, let's go a little before that, like 2010 or 12. I think more often than not you met organically.
Yeah,
like you met somewhere out in the world.
Yeah,
and like maybe 20% of that was online interaction. Now I think the number's closer to like 60% or something is online interaction first, and the rest organically.
Fuck, I can't even interact with my coworkers, and I don't want to bang them, They barely talk to me.
That's your Asperger's.
I mean, I'm the one talking to them.
Yeah.
Like, they smell the roasted meat.
Yeah. You want to hit them up with like a hello and fucking what's up, and you're like, well-lo.
I walk over, I tip my hat, or I tip my fedora, and I say, "Milady," and she doesn't even look at me.
Yeah, she did. Like, what do you mean she didn't get wet and want to have sex with you right there?
It's craziness.
I'm
telling you, she
believe
must
that.
have been a lesbian.
Did you groom your beard before you did that?
No, women like that look.
Oh, okay.
They like the unshaven, unkempt man look. God, I swear, there must be nothing but lesbians at my work.
Yeah, I guess so. So I had a weird thought the other day, right?
We all do.
Oh, as we all do. Like, so I look at things like that are in businesses now, things like Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
And you know what I find kind of fascinating about this? Like, especially if you have like an Asian guy as your Uber driver.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
is this going to be racist?
I don't know. So my thought was like, man, I wonder if that guy had an ancestor that did this same job. You know what I mean? Because this is the ancient Chinese equivalent of like putting the people in the human wheelbarrow thing and picking them up on the stilts and running.
Oh
like,
my God.
It's the same thing, right?
It is.
This is the same job.
It is.
So I'm just like, I kind of like that came back. I mean, nobody wears the rice hat anymore because it's kind of weird to get it in your car, but you know what I mean?
I am truly surprised that they've privatized illegal cabbing, It's really weird to me that this came about. I like the fact that it blindsided the cab company.
Oh.
I love this march of capitalism in the face of essentially a monopoly. That's crazy that it wasn't snuffed out by the cabbies before. Like, they didn't sniff it out. It's just up one night, bam, we're running our own cabs. Fuck you. Oh, all they had to do was have some dude in a freaking corporate office in Illinois somewhere collect money from them, and all of a sudden the cab companies can't fight it, can't stamp it out.
No, I think that's I think it's interesting too, because I like the capitalism intervention into that, because monopolies create corruption.
Oh,
because,
yeah. Boy.
I don't know if cabs have changed their price, but I remember the one time I ever took a cab, it was to go maybe fucking from Charleston and Rainbow down to fucking downtown Charleston.
Yeah.
Right? You could take a bus and get there on $2, or you could take a cab and get there on $48 like I did.
Right.
And it was just god damn, that was so expensive. But I think you can get an Uber and go the same distance for $6.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm you have to restructure your fucking prices, or you're never gonna compete with this kind of market.
Yeah. The other part that I love about it is the fact that there's no oversight, or if there is, it's fucking minimal as fuck. Because then you get the fun horror stories of the guy that was stalking the girl because he was a Uber driver, and so every time she called for an Uber, he would show up and he would talk to her. He's like, I saw you jogging this morning. Oh, you were looking really good out there.
The fucking Uber is coming from inside the house.
Right? And I'm just like, I can't wait for the Uber driver that just picks up his victims, and dumps them off in the desert. Because
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about why hasn't there been a movie? I mean, I think there was a movie called Skeletons or Bones. No, Bones is that crappy show, but you know what I mean. There was a movie where there was a cab driver that was picking up people and killing his fares.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why hasn't there been the Uber equivalent of this? I think it
Right.
would be better. And I was thinking about you could shoot this as a small budget independent film.
Oh, yeah.
You could have it as the internal dash cam looking in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking in at the people.
security cameras.
Right? And then you could just have it be good dialogue between the two, and you could execute it kind of Tarantino style, where it's the GPS says to go left, but we're going to go right. So you're going to have to start getting scared now. Because unfortunately,
yeah. Oh my God. See,
you weren't going the way I wanted to go.
I'm picturing this in my mind. I'm like, I love this. This is a great idea. Stop talking. We need to make this.
Okay. Sounds good.
But it's, oh man, I love it. I just want to say I love it. I love the fucking Airbnb because of those horror stories that come up. Oh man, it's so fun.
I love it from both ends, because I've gone to some Airbnbs that are fucking terrible, but I also hear about the horror stories of the other side of the Airbnb where the guests are fucking the hosts.
Oh yeah.
Where it's one guy who was a host of an Airbnb said something his guests flushed 40 rolls of toilet paper down the toilet, and I was just that you weren't doing that to be an asshole. You're a serial killer, aren't you? You went from you could just be in the pool of asshole, or you can graduate to the lake of serial killer.
Yeah,
right?
No. He was just poorly planning out how to drown a guy.
Oh man. So let's get into do you feel old yet?
I just had my birthday, everyone. Happy birthday, me. It's good to be here on this planet. I don't even know how long anymore.
I don't.
I've lost track.
Yeah, if you're the same age as me, you're 1,030. So, I mean, welcome to die.
My knees feel like I'm 1,030.
You're old.
Okay, so as always with Do You Feel Old Yet, we're just gonna go over some iconic media that came out in the past week. Not the past week,
but it came out in the past in this week.
Yeah, in the past in this week. All right, there we go. So November 1st, 1997, Titanic premieres.
Holy shit.
Yeah, good old James Cameron going down to the deepest part of the ocean, or whatever the fuck he did.
He told us a love story that was really dry and boring.
So, okay, I bring this up because, this movie was fucking forever long.
Yeah.
You couldn't escape Celine Dion.
Yeah,
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
With fucking...
Yeah,
you couldn't
I'm not gonna
escape that
vocalize.
fucking song. That song was everywhere, and like this was one of those. I didn't realize like how kind of like propagandized this movie was. Not like, not that I got my tinfoil hat on and I'm seeing fucking UFOs and shit, but it's just like, this is kind of interesting that like they're depicting very hard like the difference between like the lower class and the upper class.
Oh yeah,
like there was a hard fucking line that they wanted to get across, and it's kind of pompous that this is coming out of Hollywood because there's no greater chasm of the haves and the have-nots than in Hollywood. Yeah, because you have dudes that are taking a shit in the street, and then you also have, and I'm not just saying that there's no homeless anywhere else. No, there's homeless everywhere, but like most of the homeless is in California.
Yeah.
So you have dudes taking shits in the streets, and then you have dudes that have 16 houses that they don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh,
So
I'm not going to rent to them because they're only upper middle class.
yeah, so it's just
I need rich people in my rental homes.
Yeah, I bring this up also because they not that it's launching anytime soon, but they are selling tickets to Titanic 2.
Oh yeah,
not the sequel by James Cameron, but like an actual boat they call the Titanic 2.
And it's going to take the same route the Titanic took.
Yeah, so I hope it does.
I really hope it takes the exact same route.
So what went wrong with the Titanic, Max?
Okay, so what I know from Bill Nye the Science Guy was that you don't build your boat like an ice tray.
Yeah,
because that's how they built their fucking boat.
Yeah, because it was like each chamber at the bottom of the boat was broken off ice tray style, like you were saying, right?
So it could flood at the top, and that way, if one overflows, it doesn't tip the boat. The problem being that if you submerge an ice tray, it just goes to the fucking bottom.
Yeah.
So it filled up from one portion to the next, and it just sank the whole damn boat. You know? So that didn't work out too well. You just want to close off the chambers. It's but as far as the movie, it didn't sink. It fucking was fantastic.
It was one of the highest grossing movies for its time.
Yeah. Guess what? It was topped by another movie by goddamn James Cameron.
Yeah, like he doesn't put out bad products. It's just the way I put James Cameron movies are, it was fine, but I'm not in a rush to rewatch it.
You know what? Some of his other works, yes.
Okay.
Because he did do Terminator 2, I believe. And
okay.
I'm definitely in a rush to watch that again.
Yeah, okay, but not...
He's not a bad filmmaker. This isn't a bad movie.
No. This was, like, really what launched Leo's career, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, Leonardo DiCaprio did what, like, fucking... What's Eating Gilbert Grape or whatever the fuck that movie was, and Basketball Diaries, and it's
oh
like...
my God.
Yeah, these are okay. I'm not like in love with Leonardo DiCaprio or anything, but all right, yeah, this is fine. But this movie was like, all right, I might suck him off if I see him in person.
He's a really pretty man.
Yeah.
Or at the time, he was a really pretty boy.
Yeah, well, and I mean, like, he was the poster child for dad bod, so I guess the poster dad for dad bods?
The poster something.
Something, yeah, whatever. It's like, hey, I work out sometimes, but I drink a lot of beer, so whatever.
So Titanic event just essentially is a 3-hour-long Romeo and Juliet story with an iceberg.
Yeah, this is...
I can't believe it took them 2.5 hours to get to the best part.
Yeah, this is the premise of a lot of those teenage movies. They're like every teen movie not every teen movie, but like a lot of the teenage movies that came out in like the 2000s had the same premise where it's like, I'm rich and you're poor, but we'll date anyways.
Oh, God. What the hell was that?
Fucking Step Up. That was the premise of Step Up. They made a whole TV series about it called The OC. It was the same shit. It's like, oh, I'm rich, you're poor, but we'll date anyways.
What was the teen movie where like she was coming down the stairs and that stupid song, Swing, Swing?
Oh, man. She's All That?
Yeah, She's All That. That's the one I remember of all teen movies.
Yeah, that's the same shit.
It's Romeo and Juliet. She was a poor girl who met a rich boy.
Yeah.
And she had to dress up and fake it and blah, blah, blah. And very Cinderella, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Titanic was straight Romeo and Juliet. You know, you got the upper crust hates the lower crust and no one gets along. And
and
then there's an iceberg.
And then the dudes that were like, gentlemen, it was an honor playing with you tonight, and they just kept playing their violins even though they were going to get hit by that big ass wave.
Was it just because it was a good movie?
What do you mean?
Titanic. Was it successful just because it was a good movie? Because I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, it wasn't outstanding. The drama was okay. It's a 3-hour fucking movie. I'm trying to validate sitting there watching a 3-hour movie because I sat there and I watched a 3-hour movie.
I don't know if it's like guilty for being of its time.
Maybe
because the like the special effects were something to behold at the time.
Oh yeah,
because it was practical effects. So when they flooded the rooms, Yeah. So like when the actors got hit in the face by a bunch of water, it was all water and it was all underwater cams.
It's all face.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. It was a good portrayal of the story.
Yeah. Maybe it was just. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah, it was the first movie. It was one of the first boobs I ever saw in a movie too.
That's true. Draw me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, just draw me wearing this.
Draw me wearing this. Oh boy. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I could sell this to someone now, you know? Can I tell someone to sit down and watch a 3-hour movie? If you like dramas, if you like romance, it's fine. If you just want to see the highest grossing film that was on the top until fucking Avatar came out, then go see that.
Well, like this is the type of movie that will appeal to the snobs later because this is the whole like you couldn't really watch Citizen Kane, and that's like a 2.5 hour movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Or fucking Casablanca.
I was gonna say, I'm like this. It feels like the Casablanca. It's the updated Casablanca to me.
Yeah, and I think Casablanca was fucking stellar compared to this, but it's a movie of its time, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's just something that people will reflect on 20 years down the road, like, well, we have to look at the cinematic making of this. And also, how many douchebags do you think are going to do the "I'm the king of the world" on Titanic 2? I'm sure it's going to be like a Disneyland thing where it's like there's going to be a line and there's going to be like a professional photographer out there to like take your stupid fucking picture of "I'm the king of the world."
No, it's gonna be like a pressure plate, and once you stand there, it's gonna just play the sound clip for you.
Yeah,
so you don't even have to say it. They know you're gonna do it.
Yeah. So let's move on to November 2nd, 1987. Spawn of Satan was born.
Hey.
November 2nd, 1999, Chrono Trigger for PlayStation.
Chrono Trigger, fucking Christ.
Like, I'm playing a little Chrono Cross on SNES.
Yeah.
On my SNES emulator, but I have not dabbled into Chrono Trigger that much. It had the combo system, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Chrono Trigger because you say Chrono and I think Cross.
Yeah.
And then you say Trigger and I'm like, Hawa.
I like the only things about this I know were like what iPatchWolf was saying, like how the character designs were very like done by the same guy who did Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, Akira Toriyama did the character designs for this, though. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, except he draws everyone as Vegeta first.
Yeah, every face starts as Vegeta.
Yeah, and then he just adjusted a little.
Yeah, exactly. Let's sharpen the hair a little bit or something. So as long as they don't all end up like Krillin, it's fine. All right, well then let's just move on to November 3rd, 2009. You want to talk about like appealing to stupid people? Lego Rock Band comes out.
Oh my god.
So let's take one franchise that's big and let's take another franchise that's big and let's just kind of fuck them together and let's just sell this shit to stupid people because it's Christmas coming up and we want to make some money. I can't tell you any specific song on this. I just saw it and I was just like, oh, it's product meets product.
Yeah. See, the funny thing is that the stupid people that it's attracting is going to be the ones that are looking for a Rock Band game.
Yeah.
Lego games are oddly really good.
Oh, no. I've played a little bit of like Lego Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and it's actually pretty good.
There's Lego Island I played, a few others like here and there, and it's like they're not like hardcore games, of course, but like the Lego games are really good. So and Rock Band and 2009.
Yeah, this was the height of Rock Band's power because like I remember, like at the time I was living with Robert.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend, and at the time they had like 2 or 3 of our friends from like high school living in the same apartment complex, and every like Thursday or Saturday night it would be Rock Band night.
Oh hell yeah. Get the band together.
Fucking sucked ass.
See, the problem is you started out the wrong way. See, you knew how to play an instrument, and that's what set you back.
Oh yeah, because it appeals to the fucking heroes, the guitar heroes.
Yeah, you know?
Like every time I saw that game in the arcade at like the Suncoast,
Yeah.
where it was like Guitar Hero, except an arcade game.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I
was always more interested in the Dance Dance Revolutions.
Oh, fuck me. Like,
See,
that's another game I couldn't fucking do.
The trick is coming into any rhythm game is if you know how to do the thing, you're going to suck at this.
Yeah.
You're going to suck at the game version. So I don't know how to dance, but I was great at DDR.
Oh, I can't. I understand that it's like following instructions, but to a rhythm and very fast. I looked at it. I'm like, man, I am not coordinated enough for this shit. I tried and I was just like, oh, this is embarrassing.
Man.
Oh, I missed the Bean. He used to love that game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every Mexican does. Fucking. But I'm thinking Lego Rock Band. This was at the height of Rock Band. And I mean, Lego never goes out of style.
No, I mean, fuck, dude. Lego made 2 movies and they were,
Great.
and I mean, like major motion pictures. And then Lego Movie 2 is coming out like next year. And
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that also because like Lego Batman was the most recent one I saw in theaters.
Yeah.
And that was actually surprisingly good because there was times where I'm watching it, I kind of forgot that they were Legos.
Yeah, no, it's I love Legos as a kid, fucking just playing with the actual bricks. I mean, they're a classic toy. I hope they never die.
They're a classic fucking booby trap for Home Alone. Like, if you can somehow get the burglars to take off their shoes,
They're doomed.
they're doomed.
God, I don't know, man. I love it. It can't be bad. I don't know what the song listing for Lego Rock Band was. Probably good because Rock Band was high, so they probably got good songs in there.
Yeah.
Good times.
So, all right. So moving on, November 4th, 2004, Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap for DS. Did you ever play this?
I think I played like 2 hours on a demo.
Okay.
Which shows you that it was good enough for me to stand there for 2 hours.
So this fucking game, man, I remember prior to this game coming out, there was all this talk about the timeline of Legend of Zelda. That used to be a big thing. That was like a really big thing that like basic internet couldn't really figure out how to come together on and figure it out.
Well, because they never told you anything. Like
1, and then the sequel to 1 was 2.
Yeah. Oh.
I did it. I did the math.
Yeah, that's it. But except for the fact that in the actual timeline, 2 is...
Where does it fit?
2 is the first, I think?
No, 2 is the sequel. 2 is the direct sequel. Like, Zelda has been asleep for 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's the direct sequel. What the fan theory came up with was it's... how do I put this? It's different Heroes of Time.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's different Doctor Who's.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So there's 1, then there's 2, and then there was Link to the Past, which was a prequel to 1.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Link to the Past is a prequel to 1, and then Oracle of Ages and Seasons was like in between 1 and 2.
Okay.
And then you got this one, which was a prequel to the prequel.
What?
This is supposed to come before that. This is how Link got his hat.
Oh.
But I don't understand why his hat was a duck, and then it wasn't a duck anymore.
Because it's magic. I don't. Weird.
Whoa! It's magic.
Someone knows.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Like it's.
Yeah. Well, it was on DS. It had like the Game Boy kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Like when you do the sword spin, it was very cartoony.
Yeah.
I remember there was times where it's like you're using your hat to shoot things. Like your hat had like Kirby qualities where it could suck things up and shoot it out.
Right.
So,
and I mean, it's called the Minish Cap for a reason because one of the things was the shrinking down to go into dungeons and go into different areas. It's, I like how as we went along in the Legend of Zelda timeline, they found a gimmick and they ran with it. Because it's like, oh, you get 1, 2, and then Link to the Past, and then they start doing things like, oh, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And you have to play the time. Or you got Minish Cap where you go big and small. Fucking the hell was the name of that more recent one on the mobile, or not mobile, fucking handheld, where you go like they had it so you go 2D or something.
No, man, they had, what was it? They had Twilight Princess and then Skyward Sword.
Yeah. Fucking, but like I like that there's always just like a key gimmick to the games. Keeps it a little interesting.
It does, and I'm like, can you imagine the fucking board meeting in Nintendo for this one? Like, okay, so we got an idea for the new Zelda game, okay, and what is it? He finds a hat.
Done. Sold.
Okay.
Print it.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Because you know who was sitting there at that board meeting? You know who said that to the board?
Who?
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah.
The guy that fucking just says things and they come out and they're gold.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, so if you went to Hollywood with this idea to like pitch a movie, like, all right, so the story's about an epic kid and he finds a hat. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're not gonna make this movie. It seems terrible.
No. Well, if James Cameron said that, you know, he
would get $1 billion of funding, and it's like, all right, make this movie, man.
Yep.
We believe in you.
Yeah. No. Probably. Like I said, I only played like the demo for like 2 hours, standing up at some Toys R Us somewhere, and not bad.
Aw, man.
I can't think
too
of
soon. There ain't no Toys R Us anymore. All right, for all you kids listening, Toys R Us was like Amazon, but real life, but only toys.
Imagine you could go into a place and you could touch all the toys that you saw
and not buy any of them,
and you didn't have to buy them, you know. And I mean, they weren't shipped to your house either, though.
Yeah.
So you either had to get your mom to drive you or skip school and walk down there. You know what? I think you succeeded this time, Tim. You made me feel old. Thank you, and thank Zelda the Minish Cap.
All right, so let's go right into the next one. November 5th, 2002, Metal Gear Solid Substance. All right, so this was the Xbox re-release of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, God.
So there was, I was digging pretty deep to see like if there was any difference, and there really wasn't. It was just a reskin of Metal Gear Solid 2 just for Xbox. Because originally Metal Gear Solid was only PlayStation, and prior to that Nintendo.
You know what? You should dig a little deeper. You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's a fucking skateboarding game in Metal Gear Solid 2
that's right.
on the
Yeah,
Xbox.
I saw the Tony Hawk S game.
It was.
You could play Raiden, and you can.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're on the tanker, and they got the half pipe set up.
Yeah.
And it was I forget the game engine of it. It was fucking. I mean, it's Konami owned, so whatever the hell Konami skateboarding game they had going,
it wasn't Tony Hawk.
and definitely wasn't. It wasn't a big enough game for me to remember that.
But at the time, they were like, oh, you know what? What do kids like right now? Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
All right, let's put that in this game.
let's add skateboarding. So you got Snake doing tricks. Oh my God,
it was
fucking.
Yeah, I saw Raiden doing tricks on YouTube, but I was looking to see if there was anything different in story wise, but it doesn't look like.
No, it was just a direct an upgraded port because Xbox was better than PS2 at that time.
Yeah, like the processing was better. It was, I think it was like 480i versus 480p.
But yeah.
But there you go.
But then you're that unfortunate kid who happened to get the first gen, so you got the Duke.
Yeah. Oh, you're playing it on the Duke,
and no one's fucking playing anything on the Duke.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, check out all the cool tricks I could do in Metal Gear Solid. This sounded like one of those things that, like kids telling the fishing tale. Like, oh man, I beat Devil May Cry with the diamond kick, and I killed 100, demons all at once. And it's what the hell's that? Oh well, you'll never know because I did it on my game.
Yeah, I did it on my game. I don't know why it doesn't work on yours.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I got a sick 1080 with a Snake on my game. Why didn't you get that on yours?
It doesn't do that on my game. Well,
whatever, man. Should have been an Xbox then, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Nobody believed you if you told them that, and then it's oh yeah, that's right, that is in this game.
That is in fucking.
But did you like this game at all? Like not Substance, but like
Metal Gear
2.
Solid 2? Oh, I fucking loved it.
Did you like it more than 1?
I didn't play 1.
You didn't play 1. Okay, I played.
I didn't
both.
play 1 until later. 2 is just better still. I mean, like if anyone ever wants to go back and play all the Metal Gears, like if you play them in order, I feel like they're fine. If you want to start it, because if
one for fucking Nintendo.
Exactly. I was going to say, because if you want to go in like chronological order, you're going to get fucked. If you want to go in storyline order, you're going to get fucked. You know why? Because I think Metal Gear Solid 1 comes after 3.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah.
Oh, because 3 was the prequel where
the
you're
prequel, yeah.
Yeah, you're Big Boss.
Yep.
You're not Pliskin, you're Big Boss.
Yeah. So if you're ever playing the Metal Gear series, you are in for like a timeline shock, because they are games of their time. That's something crazy that happens for some reason. For this series specifically, the controls are always different. Fucking everything feels weird every time until I think you get 3 was an advancement on 2, and then 4 was an advancement on 3, etc., etc. But so if you want to play them in order, you're going to play fucking Metal Gear Solid 3, then Metal Gear for the NES.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, this isn't a sneaking game. And then you go Metal Gear Solid 2. And for me, playing 2 first, and then trying to go back and play 1, I'm like, I get it. I'm not enjoying it, but I get it.
Like the first Metal Gear Solid? Or,
Metal Gear Solids.
Yeah.
But I played the ever-loving crap out of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, I kind of liked... 2 had so many fucking Easter eggs to get to.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like the one where it's like, if you take a picture of every girl, like not every live girl, but like every girl poster or something, like that was an Easter egg.
So when you hide in lockers, occasionally there's like a pinup girl, and it's a bunch of Japanese models in bikinis, and I'm like, hey, teenage me loves that. I'm gonna take a picture of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what you got, because I think I only played it through as just the story. Like, I guess you could call it any %, but I'm not doing. I didn't do the take a picture of all the chicks.
So you can call up Otacon. You can pull up the freaking in-game help and call in Otacon, who would usually give you like a game tip, like, hey, shouldn't you be heading towards deck A or something like that. But in certain situations, like different people would comment on the actions that you're taking at that certain time. So you'd be staring at the poster of the girl, and you'd call up Otacon, and he'd be like, now's not the time, Snake. You shouldn't be doing that. And it's just fun little, like you said, it's Easter eggs. Or on the Tinker portion, where you're going into a certain room and you see a silhouette of a Metal Gear 1 or Metal Gear Solid 1 boss, Vulcan Raven.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I didn't get it. I just saw a dude holding a Gatling gun in a shadow. I didn't know who the hell that was, but everyone that played the previous one is like, oh man, they're bringing him back. How,
Yeah, because he died in that one. And dude, to tell you the truth, was my favorite boss. Like, of course he is, because he's big, burly, fucking strong guy.
He's
shirtless.
He's a big Native American shaman who summons birds. Also, he's got a fucking Gatling gun.
Yeah, he's strong enough to pick up a Gatling gun and have all the ammo on his back.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like, this fucking guy gets it. This guy gets it.
I mean, if you want to talk story, the Metal Gear series is weird as hell. It is an homage to 80s and 90s action flicks, essentially,
with like so much supernatural. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's the whole nanomachines meme. It's the memes meme.
Yeah, I like the part where one of my favorite like things that tried to like mind fuck me was it's such a small thing from the first Metal Gear Solid, but like the guy that was the clone, the decoy octopus guy, he's like, yeah, this guy can imitate anyone. He clones them down to their DNA. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Nowadays I'm like, what? How does that even work?
Yeah, like when you're in the game, if you have any kind of imagination, if you're willing to suspend disbelief, you're like, man, this world is crazy. I'm totally into this. It gets a lot of fans because of that. Metal Gear Solid 2, fantastic game. Xbox version clearly upgraded.
Yeah,
because
you get the skateboarding.
Because you can manual with Snake.
Yeah. Oh, man. I know that, like, I can only imagine if this game came out in today's day and age. It's like, what do you mean I'm not Snake anymore? I got to play Raiden.
Oh, man. I mean, that was the backlash in the original. Oh, man.
That was the original backlash. Like, kids around the playground were like, oh, man, you don't even get to play as Snake. You got to play as Raiden.
I mean, he earned his spot. He really did. In the course of that game, people learned to love him because the backlash for that was at the start. And then everyone now, they're like, he's fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was fine.
Like, it was just such a dramatic shift.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because
you went from playing fucking Kurt Russell in Escape from LA to anime guy.
Yeah. Fucking Christ. Man.
So,
Go play that game.
Yeah.
If you haven't, go play Metal Gear Solid 1 first and then play 2. That way you don't have the experience I had where I go back and try and play 1 and I'm like, I don't really like this. Let's just get through it.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. We'll wrap it up with some stupid news headlines.
Scumbag stupid news.
Okay, so the end of an era has just arrived, Max. You thought black female Ernest would live forever? You're wrong. Medea creator Tyler Perry says he's going to kill off the character in his next film. Medea goes to George Zimmerman's barbecue or something. I wasn't paying attention, but she's going to die.
Oh, no.
Next one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
God, I hate to see a cash cow get put down, you know?
Oh, man. Okay, so a guy in the UK puts his wife up for sale on eBay.
All right.
You know, whatever happened to the good old days of, like, take my wife kind of jokes?
Oh, God.
You know? So, anyways, dude lists his wife as used, needs body work.
Oh, God.
Apparently, bidding reached 65,000 euros.
Holy shit.
So, he had to take it down, obviously, because I think it was just a joke, but, like, she was pissed.
Yeah, no, I'd press charges.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore. Somebody tweet us and let me know if you can still get a mail order bride.
I don't know. Human trafficking, hardcore.
Okay, so weebs have taken over another holiday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, all right. So this year at the Macy's Day Parade, balloons over 5th Street, Goku will be getting his own balloon.
Damn straight he will.
The balloon's there to create awareness of, like, waifu abuse and having shit taste. And he also wants to wish everybody a Kamehameha happy Thanksgiving.
That was terrible. I hate you.
Oh, man. So speaking of the Asian takeover, did you see this fucking kid, the 5-year-old, that has a 15-page resume?
The fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking lit, dude.
Yeah?
Like, he has a quote in there, something about, like, life is a marathon and age is a negligible detail. Said
Damn.
some shit about, like, how he's read over 10,000 books. Anyways, thanks for listening, folks, but this kid will be replacing me on next week's show. Max, take care of him, all right? He's only 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
I'm sure we'll get along great.
and finally, the Darwin Award nominee, man dies 8 years after swallowing a garden slug. Did you see this?
Yeah, this is
kind of sad.
it's sadly tragic, but it's also funny.
He gets what's called rat lungworm, which I think is the ingredients to hot dogs.
It's delicious is what it is.
But yeah, he swallowed a garden slug, and the idea came from a dare, like, while they were all drunk and 19, and is like, you think I should eat that?
Yeah. He's like, hey, dare me to eat that. Oh, bro, it's so funny because you dared me and I'm totally eating it right now.
Yeah. And fucking thank your lucky stars we didn't live in Australia. But
I know, right?
I've always said this, like, I've said it 100 times before, but, like, almost everything in Australia, Africa, and Florida is trying to kill you.
Hell yeah.
And if you
it
don't
is.
believe me, just fucking look at the news.
There you go.
But, I mean, like, when you think about, like, shit in Africa, it's like, oh, you can get malaria.
Oh,
or
good.
Crocodiles.
Oh, yeah.
Or fucking lions can eat you.
Fucking true.
And-
fucking hippo.
Yeah, in fucking Australia, it's like, oh, hey, you go right into the middle of that shit, it's like all the wild Serengeti and poisonous spiders fucking everywhere.
Poisonous everything.
Yeah, it's, oh man, it's rough. But, yeah, that'll do it for the show this week. Max, any final words out the door?
Don't grow old.
All right, everybody tweet at us at the Scumbag and Friend Show. Give us suggestions for Scumbag of the Week. Make sure you like, follow, and wish Max a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Max.
Happy birthday, me.